welcome back. My name is Ron, and today I'm going to talk to you about what should you do if you're in danger of an eviction. So, an eviction is when an apartment complex basically kicks you out. Now, this is an official term because it's an official process. They're going to file paperwork either with a court or on your credit report stating that you owe them money. And when I went through this a very long time ago, I didn't think too much of it really. When I've lost cars in the past, they came and repoed a car, and it was just kind of like, oh, I lost the car. Losing a place where you live is a lot bigger of a deal, of course. But I had no idea about actually how serious it was. So when I got behind on rent, many years ago, roommate situation dissolved, and it became impossible for me to pay for the place at the time. They were like, okay, where's our money? And I was like, well, one of the roommates left. They actually didn't care, what the circumstances were. All they wanted was to get paid. And so they started hiking on more fees, more penalties, and it literally was just completely, utterly impossible to pay them. Within 1 month behind, by 2 months came back over, and it was just completely impossible, and it was just like, whoa, okay, 1 month, 2 months, plus fees, plus penalties, on it went, and I was just kind of like, well, alright, and I sat there and I basically waited for an eviction, and I didn't think too much of it. I set up a new place to go after the fact, and, started moving my stuff early, and took another, month, 2 months tops before the eviction actually was official. They went to the court, they got a piece of paper saying, you're out of here, bud, and they slapped it on the door, be out by such and such date, or the sheriff will come in, remove you. And I was like, okay, I already had a new place set up and everything, so I was just like, alright, stuff happens. And then, later on, it was like it really came to slap me in the face just how serious an eviction is. You see, I was under the thought that eviction was much like a repo car. It happens to everybody, and it wasn't such a big deal. And when I went for my next place, maybe a year or two later, and it came up, and I was just like, oh yeah, it happened, blah blah blah. Oh boy, was it an eye-opener. With an eviction, you're blacklisted. Just about no place wants to even touch you. I was shocked of the response. It was like everywhere I went, dozens and dozens of places, it was just like everything looked fine. The second they saw that I had an eviction, years ago, they were just like, nope, done. It's like, wait a second, I can afford the place, I can pay you X amount of money now. No one cared. They just like, nope, done, you're out. And it was just like, wow, it's like I had no idea that this stuff was this serious. And on it went for years. It was like, being evicted is almost like you're a felon. It's like no one wants to touch you, no one wants to do business with you. They all look at you like you're some kind of criminal, and it was a real eye-opening process for me. Years went by, years and years. And I'll make another video about paying it versus not paying it and stuff like that. But if you're facing an eviction right now, or you may be facing an eviction, here's my advice to you. Don't. You do not want to deal with it. It is a nightmare. The way you're basically treated as if you're completely, utterly worthless by people who would normally rent to you. They just won't touch you, which means you're going to have to go private. And with private, it's a whole different ball game. Many of them won't touch you, and those who do, oftentimes have some sort of issue, like they're some kind of control freak. Maybe they'll rent a room out in their house, but they want to control you, they want to steal from you. It's really a rough go. And so if you have the option, do whatever you got to do to not get one. I mean, make sure you have some reserves in place. Make sure, if it comes up, you're in it right now. Do everything short of committing a crime in order to pay it, and don't get an eviction. Buy out your contract if you have to do so. Yeah, they allow you to buy it out. So if you want to end your term early, you can just buy it out. There's usually a clause in the contracts for this. Or, get up on Craigslist and get a roommate as fast as humanly possible. And yeah, I know you're rolling the dice with that one sometimes, but it's like an eviction is not like a regular credit debt, and not even close. It is a very serious matter. You think you'd committed a crime the way people treat you, and how difficult it'll make you, to rent to in the future, because it's like they're all connected. It's like blacklisting you is blacklisting you across the board. The only places you're gonna be able to like rent from are like crackhead houses, and who the hell wants to live there anyway? So, do what you got to do, short of committing an actual crime, to pay it at least until you can get out. Sell property if you got to. Do whatever it takes to make sure that this does not happen to you. This is not a regular credit debt. Don't go down this road if you have any option other than this. Learn from my mistakes. It was a big mistake. It was a big eye-opening experience. It's one of the few credit debts that will really impact you hardcore. Losing a car is nothing. Losing a credit card is nothing compared to an eviction. So don't go down this road if you have any alternative. And if you do have to go down this road, I'm going to make another video about what you should do if you're faced with one of these things. So, I hope everyone's well, and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you're updated on the videos that I keep putting out. And if you want help with a specific issue, go ahead and comment it in the comments down below, and I will go ahead and make a video for you about that. Until next time, have a wonderful day.